7 years after winning their first Vince Lombardi trophy, the Philadelphia Eagles are back on top of the NFL summit. Behind an MVP performance from quarterback Jalen Hurts and a defensive masterclass that harried, hit and harassed Patrick Mahomes into one of the worst games of his career, the Eagles steamrolled to a 40-22 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night in New Orleans that wasn't as narrow as the scoreline suggests. The 59th Super Bowl was the second meeting in 3 years between Philadelphia and Kansas City on the NFL's biggest stage, with the Eagles still nursing the scars of the first installment. A heart-stopping 38-35 Chiefs win in Arizona in which a hobbled Mahomes orchestrated a near-perfect second half to overturn a 10-point deficit that erased Hurts' career-best performance. This one went the other way, and wasn't nearly as close. Hurts threw for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns, running for 72 yards and adding a third score on a tush-push. The result more than making up for a stat line that wasn't quite as flashy as 2 years ago. But it was a commanding defensive performance, including a pick-6 by rookie cornerback Cooper DeJean on his 22nd birthday and 6 sacks from the ravenous Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Jordan Davis and Jalen Hunt that sparked a first-half avalanche and helped ensure Philadelphia could weather a rare ordinary day from star running back Saquon Barkley. "We had a special group this year, we were able to learn from the past," said Hurts. "Defense wins championships. We saw how our defense played today. We saw the difference they made in the game. They gave us opportunities, gave us short fields. And we're able to do what we do." A mere 13 months after the wildest in-season unraveling in NFL history, Nick Sirianni's team, built on physicality, a relentless ground attack and a swarming defense, finally delivered the knockout blow to a Kansas City dynasty that had been eyeing an unprecedented third straight Super Bowl title. It was a milestone so difficult that no team had managed to even come within 60 minutes of it until Kansas City this year. Maybe the weight was too much for these Chiefs, who looked mentally and physically taxed from as early as the first quarter while making one uncharacteristically wasteful mistake after another. Or Vic Fangio's defense was just that good. Whatever the case, Sunday's game was effectively put to bed long before Kendrick Lamar took the stage for the halftime show. This is the ultimate team game. You can't be great without the greatness of others. Great performance by everybody, offense, defense, special teams, Sirianni said. "We didn't really ever care what anyone thought about how we won, or their opinions. All we want to do is win." The Eagles' game plan was simple. Pound the rock with Barkley, keep things simple for Hurts and shut down Travis Kelce, Mahomes' favorite target. They achieved them all. Barkley was denied the home run touchdown burst he'd become expected to break but kept the Kansas City defense honest with 25 carries for 57 yards, enough to eclipse Terrell Davis's record for yards rushing in a season including the playoffs. Hurts ran Kellen Moore's offense to near perfection. And by the time Kelce made his first catch, the Eagles led by 31 points with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Ahead by 10-0 after Jake Elliott's 48-yard field goal, Sweat and Hunt sacked Mahomes on consecutive plays, the first time Philadelphia managed to bring him down in 5.5 quarters of Super Bowl gameplay stretching back to the start of their first meeting. Mahomes then rolled out and misfired on a throw that was picked by DeJean, who curled across the field and ran it back 38 yards for a 17-0 lead. The surprise All-Pro linebacker Zach Bond made a lunging interception of Mahomes late in the second quarter and Hurts connected with A.J. Brown on a 12-yard touchdown pass for a 24-0 lead. The Eagles made it 34-0 late in the third when Hurts fired a note-perfect 46-yard pass to Devonta Smith, who became the 5th player to win a national championship, a Heisman Trophy and a Super Bowl. But it was a Philadelphia defense completely reinvented under Fangio, including 8 new starters from the 2022 team, that turned Sunday's game into a laugher. Mahomes was sacked a career-high 6 times by the first Eagles team to rank #1 in total defense since Bud Carson's epical 1991 unit.